Sunlight enables you to analyze your data using Microsoft Excel over the web. The industry standard Open Data Protocol, supported by Excel 2010, makes it possible to access your data using a URL. All your data is organized into 10 different areas of analysis, relating to topics like time management and resource allocation. The data that you need is packaged for you and accessible by Excel via a URL. The packages available are intended to be comprehensive. However, more packages can be added for any other need. Each package can be thought of as an Excel workbook. The Excel workbooks are ready for you to use. The workbooks are production ready and can be used out of the box and modified to suit your needs. Some of the spreadsheets included are listed here. For example, the actual versus standard time analysis workbook contains 3 spreadsheets. All the spreadsheets in the workbooks draw their data from the Excel 2010 PowerPivot add-in. PowerPivot enables the analyst to easily compare, side by side, data that is dimensioned differently. For example, standard time is dimensioned by date, resource, and time card. When actual time is reported, it would have additional dimensions of currency, project, task, and more. The first spreadsheet highlights how efficiently we are using our employees. This is done by showing a percentage of actual time worked divided by standard time. With this calculation, we arrive at a resource utilization rate for the month. Notice that the utilization percent is calculated using a formula that combines differently dimensioned values. The utilization rate number format is set in the Value Field Settings dialog box. Conditional formatting is used to color the cells depending on the value. The next spreadsheet, Hours Actual versus Standard, highlights actual hours reported and standard time, along with the time variance vertically on the spreadsheet. Time variance is an on-the-fly calculation that subtracts standard hours from hours worked. The last spreadsheet, Build Actual versus Standard, takes the comparison a step farther by highlighting the financial impact of the time variance. This analysis compares the actual hours worked multiplied by the project rate to the standard hours worked multiplied by the standard rate. Notice that there is a time hierarchy on this spreadsheet across the columns. Also notice that the value comparison is horizontal. The dollar variance column is an on-the-fly calculation that subtracts standard amount from the time billed. Next, we'll walk through the scheduled time analysis workbook. The first spreadsheet, Available Time, simply shows the amount of time scheduled by resource across each day of the month. Red indicates that less than 4 hours of time has been scheduled. Yellow indicates that less than 8 hours, but more than 4 hours of time is scheduled, and green means that 8 or more hours have been scheduled. Clicking on the month slicer will change the data displayed to that month. Clicking on a customer will change the data to display only the time scheduled for that customer. Clicking on the customer icon will reset the filter to include all customers. The next spreadsheet, Billing Potential, highlights the potential revenue based on the time scheduled after the current date, multiplied by the rates for the project. We can see that as time progresses, less time has actually been scheduled. Clicking on Confirmed reveals that a majority of the time that has been scheduled in the months of May through September has been confirmed. Clicking on Tentative reveals that some of the time that has been scheduled in the months of May through September has been classified as tentative. Clicking on the customer reveals what the expected revenue will be from Allied Biscuit. Each day you use Sunlight, you will be adding or changing schedules, reporting time and expenses, and maintaining information. To keep your data up to date, you should refresh your workbook's data before you start analysis. To refresh your workbook, click on the PowerPivot tab and select the PowerPivot window icon on the left. Click on the Refresh icon and drop down and click on Refresh All. Type in your password and wait for the data refresh to finish. You now have the latest data available to you for analysis. Thanks for watching.